gotta find them so I can look at them later.
Oh. I just found some records. Let me find record. Let's see if anything's here. What? I wonder why that light on is in there. I have not tracked anything. I'm starting to record stuff. I haven't got called on the check. I think I just found something.
You got something already?
I think I already spot something. Oh, that's a stand, actually.
Oh, you're on the wrong screen, buddy. Hang on. Perfect.
I see some ghost.
No, it's a window.
What the heck was that? Let's see. That's creepy. Trying to check everywhere to see if there's any ghosts I can find. All I can find is people. Like you, Dan. I just tracked you. Right. Track. Record anything. I had core nothing. Except for enough.
No, I had years. It said years.
I had tracked nothing. Nothing but you guys. That's his Grampy. Hey, Grampy. See your skeleton. I see your skeleton. Your skeleton. Okay. I think I just tracked. Let's see if I check something. No.
You have to introduce yourself. I normally do it for people that feel awkward when I have my smaller groups, like 2 to 4 people. I'm like, oh, this is Allison, this is Charlotte, this is Katy. You know, I do that kind of thing, especially here because of who she is. But again, I have 12, 6 communication devices out here, and she kind of gets the point of why we're here. So, anything with that camera, just so you know, I don't always follow up in real time because the screen is small.
Bro. I'm going with Noah right now.
Buddy, don't take pictures of the cars, okay?
I'm not taking
Stay
pictures.
away from the cars.
Anyway, I see some. Let's see. I do see something on the ground. It's giant. Haven't tracked any ghosts yet. Sorry. No. Easy.
Natalie, do you have anything?
And that way I can see it much better. So if I'm not following up with you as much, I just told Katy the same thing because her camera's very small. But yeah, that thing is super interesting to watch in real time and after the fact. So
I'm looking for the coldest spots around, right?
yep, any blue, black moving around that shouldn't be, if that makes sense. Like your metal signs should be cold because we do have a breeze. Windshield should definitely be cold because it's glass. You get the point. You've probably already seen it. Any numbers coming out of you, Dan?
The only one that I got is 2.9.
2 byte.
What's funny is you had a 2.9 in this location, and Charlotte had a 52.9 in this location.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Wow.
That's pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what does this do?
You don't need to worry about those. You're going to change the app if you start hitting that stuff. You don't want to do that. Just leave it right where it is and just point it around nice and slow. So that way I can watch it later and see if we have any ghosts.
So is the weighted?
Are you tracking
what's
anything?
The weighted.
That's what I've been trying to say.
Do you?
Okay.
No.
Just flipping back and
Look.
Did you try saying hello?
Hello?
Generally speaking, they come across the same.
I
Nothing.
want to say from the little bit I read, I
that
did
from
about it
you?
when I first got it because I haven't had it for very long.
Yeah.
I want to say it's weighted. Normally
That's from you.
so that makes sense. It's gonna be like the microwave. So when she's getting
Did you just track something?
It's just picking up the white noise.
and she's getting that stuff out here.
I think you just tracked something, actually.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Sarah, did you just track something?
Oh, perfect. I was just about to come find you. I was like, where's Sarah? So, what have you heard so far?
I heard 80 right out of there.
80. Yeah, I got nothing on 80.
Nice. Cool. So do you find asking it questions helps or just listening?
Either way, some people aren't comfortable speaking to somebody they can't see, so it's okay to focus on things. So same thing like what I kind of explained to Natalie. We're all out there. We don't know what he knows. That's why I like you so
Okay. So far, I have nothing.
especially for groups like this. I told them, oh yeah, we're pulling everything out tonight. When Candace texted me this morning, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get it all out. To me, the more the merrier, but I don't like to go more than 10. Like normally, I don't like to go more than 10. But with this, like, hopefully we're gonna get a lot going on. So I am gonna rein everybody back. Do you have any letters going on?
Not a lot.
Nothing that you can make out?
Not really.
Okay. Candace,
I think
any
we have to
things?
track.
Still on camera.
There might be other places we have to check.
Well, we're gonna go to quite a few spaces tonight. This isn't the only one.
Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of spaces.
All right, let's pull everybody to the back, and I'll kind of do a round robin with everybody back there. All right,
Yeah.
come on, ladies. Let's go see if we can collaborate here. See what we've got to lie.
All I tracked was free ghosts. That's all I found, free ghosts, earlier today. All at the first place we checked, I found free ghosts.
Buddy, you gotta keep filming.
All right. So, any other spirit box stuff that was heard from the last time that I spoke with you?
Arthritis. And I have arthritis, which is just interesting because I heard an ad about it. But it might have just been an ad.
Arthritis? Anybody else get anything?
Just got, since I walked to you, over in Slam.
Slam?
And over before that.
Somebody else heard open.
Yeah.
So,
That was not me.
So it's very interesting. We did get all the way up to a 52.9, I believe it was, on the EMF. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm sorry, was it 50? I actually wrote down 59.2. Is that right? 52.9. I wrote it down. 52.9. I try to write down those high EMFs as soon as they happen. So I'm pretty excited about that. The word indigo was heard several times. So again, that's not a term we normally hear on the radio. So the fact that you heard it,
He was
as
like
much as you
describing
did-
a product, like this, like the color of a product, and it was out really quick.
Wow. Interesting. So some of you with the EMF detectors have all reported that you've seen a spike and then it went right back down to a very low spike. So that's the way ghost hunting works. They don't stand still. That was somebody basically breezing right by you and just making things spike up. That's kind of how that goes. I will also tell you that the phrase "nobody knows you" was also heard, which means you guys didn't introduce yourselves. So normally, like I explained to the three young ladies over here, normally with my smaller groups, I will introduce like, hey, this is Katie, Allison, and Charlotte. We're gonna have a chat with you, Eliza. Can you please give us some answers? Again, when I have 12 people like this, you can't always do that. I also, for some of you that this will be a repeat, but this is why I like to use so many different communication devices. You guys could be asking a question, that answer can go somewhere else. So we're using all communication devices tonight, so that's all spirit boxes, wordless, Ouija boards, not to mention the 3 cameras, plus my voice recorder. You guys could be asking a question, the answer can be coming to me. We don't know where it's gonna land. The TV shows suck. Why? Because they only show you one device at a time, and they're trying to play with one spirit box. This way, you're gonna get everything from all of the notes, and especially from the device that Sarah has. I take special note of that because that one specifically is about 75% accurate. That is the most accurate spirit box I've ever had the pleasure of working with. So it is a lot of fun. Now, I said for some of you guys, like the word slam, I'm like, I don't know what it is, or that's a stretch, or you guys get my point. With that one, it's usually right on point, about 75%. So let's kind of cover the answers and show you guys what we're looking for. So those of you with cameras, if you want to stop your camera, give your hands a break, by all means do so. So that way you can, be relaxed. Yeah, it's very hard to, somebody was drawing on my tablet. That's weird. When I break the tablet out, you don't need to huddle around. I actually go around the room. I got used to that with COVID, so I'm sure you guys can understand that. But this kind of gives you a little bit of insight on what you've actually just, who you were trying to talk to. This is Eliza Lucas Pinckney. So notice I used her maiden name because I believe it was Candace that was actually looking for Lucas. The first wife was named Eliza Lamb Pinckney. So Lamb and Lucas have both shown up here in the past.
Like that.
So this wife, the second one, was 22 years old, not 24, because I believe that was 24 that you guys heard over here, right? When she married Charles, who was 45. So kind of a creepy age gap in 1700s, definitely a creepy age gap now. Why for me? I'm close to Chuck's age. My oldest daughter is Eliza's age. So you guys can see why I say, like, that's definitely creepy. No thanks. The mansion. So some of you actually had questions about the mansion, of what actually happened to it. The picture I'm about to show you is from fire damage. This is the only picture of the mansion that we actually have, and it is exactly where you're standing right now. This was fire damage from the Great Fire of 1861. December 11th of 1861 to be exact. So if we get the fire, burning blaze type of terms, we will often get 12, 11, and or 61 out of that. Those are very specific numbers. So kind of keep that in mind. Every tour in town, if you're going to take more, tells you about a great fire, which is why there's so much tragedy and ghosts here. So let me show you what the fire looked like from its pronunciation. However, he was shot in his left leg and captured by the British. When the British released him, he was left on a cane the rest of his days. So anything that comes up with like limp, cane, left, you guys are getting my point of things about Toms. The next one is where we don't poke the bear. This is Baby George. This is where things get a little weird. Baby George does not have a headstone or a grave. The thought behind this, and it's my theory alone, that they would have mummified this child and kept him right here in the home, waiting for the mother to pass away. So it's kind of a creepy thought, and don't go home and Google mummied baby, by the way, and not expect a phone call from the government. So Isaac, I'm looking at you. So with that one, it's going to get more weird when we talk about Eliza's death, but there's one more child. Her name was Harriet. She's the only daughter. She marries Daniel Horry. Horry County is Myrtle Beach area. That should give you an idea of where Harriet lived. That's 2.5 hours north of here for us. Wouldn't have been a 2.5 hour car ride for Eliza. There's no cars. So lots of letter writing when we do hear from Harriet. So quill, ink, paper, published. Those are the kinds of terms that will show up around Harriet. We did get the name Daniel the other day, specifically as I was talking about this on the word list. So we had nothing else relative to Harriet, so I had to count it as not being paranormal. So, Eliza's death. Who had those questions, by the way? I'm trying to remember who had them.
I did.
So you had, all right, perfect. So she was 70 years old when she passed away in 1793. First, I'll point out for you youngsters in the group that that's a long time for a woman to be alive during colonial times. So she was going to Philadelphia, getting treatments. Whatever they thought she had, it turned out to be breast cancer. We didn't know what the hell breast cancer was in 1793. We're going based off her medical records. She died in Philadelphia. She was buried in Philadelphia. That should raise two questions in the back of your brain. First one is Baby George. If my theory is true, they would have transported him in his tomb from here all the way to Philadelphia by horse and carriage. Some of you are old enough to remember the game Oregon Trail. Somebody's going to get dysentery. So that's a long trek. The other piece is, if Eliza's up in Philadelphia, why are we here trying to investigate this? I don't take you to actual cemeteries, guys. I'm just going to put that out there. I know the name of the tour is called Stories in the Cemetery. It's minimal activity at best. I do this 7 nights a week. People don't hang out near their headstones. They go to their mansions 400 miles away, which is exactly why I bring you to empty parking lots to investigate. Did we have like super great evidence coming through out of tonight? Not necessarily. The most exciting thing to me was the 52.9 EMF reading that we had. It just doesn't mean that you guys just miss things in real time. That's perfectly fine. Who wants to take a guess who the president was that was the pallbearer at the funeral? Sully. If he gives me the right answers.
Who's not?
He might.
Mike.
George Washington.
He gave us the right answer.
Nice,
Sully.
buddy. Good job, buddy.
Here's the funny thing. He just proved my point. When we got over here, I told y'all I'm not going to give you questions like what color is George Washington's white horse. I do that on purpose every single night, subliminally putting George Washington in the back of all of your brains to see who's going to give it back to me. Notice that was the only question I asked for back. And it was Washington at his own request, which, by the way, the rest of you passed with a fail. So that was a kudos to you. Normally, if it's a person with a spirit box, I literally take that person's spirit box and give it to somebody else. Just because I don't want that person just repeating the same stuff I've already told them. You gotta get my point. But at his own request, Eliza's Indigo helped get our country started. It was an honor for him to be there. So, and not to mention, he only had 13 governors, and all the Pinckney men were politicians. It's not like he didn't know his 13 governors. So kind of put that in perspective. So, again, not to say that this one wasn't super exciting, but again, we never know what we're going to get out of here. So, again, you guys got the point of why we use so many different devices. The next place we're going to go to is an alley. So, we're not going to be recording any videos. If you have a video camera, we're not recording until we get into the alley.
We're not finding any ghosts right now. That's an old building.
All right. What have you heard along the way?
Let's see
We'll
what's
start with
Just
you.
firefighters. Like four or five times.
Okay.
nothing.
Yeah.
Anybody hear anything else? Isaac?
No.
Just music? Nothing on yours? Word list? Candace?
I had, when you were talking about the fire, I had Ashland, and now I have shop, and I had visit.
Any letters?
Ali
Okay,
from
get it cranked up in
college.
here. Who else has a spirit box?
I had horse, lead, and reed.
You asked about when did you get need?
Right when we first started walking.
You heard pink flowers.
That was
Told you.
earlier. That
I'm
was
sorry.
earlier on.
Well, you were the one telling me. So you heard pink flowers, and you were asking me if that would be relative to pink knee, and I said I would be more excited if we had the word knees.
Oh,
She has the word knee.
well, that was just a squirrel.
Okay, I'm excited about that. So I told you, that's how that goes. EMF detectors. So we do have lamp posts around us. So just kind of keep in mind, those will give off between 5 to 7 milligauss. So it's the 7 is the new baseline for this location. So cameras, be very discreet. We do have another 4 at the end of this. They don't all come up this way. What we'll do is we'll split the C's. I will stop talking and let them pass through. All tell the same story down here. However, I give it to you a little bit differently because they're doing campfire. So that's my point. So this place used to be called Philadelphia Alley now. So this is named that because Philadelphia saved us from one of our many, many fires, and dueling became illegal. This used to be called Dueller's Alley, some of them. So basically take 10 paces, turn and shoot kind of duels. Here's how the story goes. Again, you're going to get different details out of me. And by the way, I've also been kicked out of this alley. So we'll talk about that at the end because that's the fun part of the story. So Nick got in trouble. Imagine that. So here's how it goes. Doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. For those of you still listening to Spirit Boxes, if you hear the song Brown Eyed Girl, it's not coincidence. So it is part of his name. Anyway, he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancee, Amanda. Oh, by the way, cameras, if you want to go ahead and record it here, you can. Just be mindful when the tourists come by. But Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. So she has an attorney sitting around with all of her cash flow. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So he tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. Dr. Ladd moves to Charleston to prove that he's not after the money. So the coachman that brought Dr. Ladd into town set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a good start to take a stay here in Charleston. Somebody was walking by. Somebody who's lived here for a while. His name was Ralph Isaacs. I'm going to stop there because Ralph has the same initials as where the doctor came from, Rhode Island. Ralph Isaacs, Rhode Island. The letters R.I. were showing up on our regular spirit boxes all the time, which is exactly shop. Down here.
And stomach, when you started talking about Charles, way back there. I was wondering if you talked about this. And then I told you about Ashland.
Yeah. Any letters show up?
Sorry, not now.
Nothing crazy? All right, let's go learn about crazy pirates. Let's do this. We're going to actually go out this way.
Is anybody
I think
there?
that's George Washington's soul
Okay, he's good then.
talking. Who the heck is talking on that rodeo? Or should I say radio?
Where's Sully's camera?
In my hand, Dad.
My hands are breaking. My leg, my feet are really breaking right
You're
now.
gonna be sleeping like a log tonight, Sully.
Yeah. much that my feet literally got broke. They are broke.
Or some other jingles that I remember. Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch.
Shiver me timbers.
My feet are breaking down. I want so much that my feet are breaking down. That's what my bones are doing in my foot. And we still have a lot of places, right? We're still having a lot of places.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Somebody still have a drink? No? Sully was looking for something.
Yeah, this is his anyway, Gary. What's left of it.
That's right.
He's not doing bad considering he's sick.
I think he's doing fantastic. He was genuinely excited, and I think that's wonderful. He's like, "Are you talking about science?" I think he's awesome.
Anything else coming out of yours? Anybody else got anything? Candace, what is
Summer, actress.
Fair trade. I just got fair trade. The first word I heard in there is fair
Of course,
trade.
we're talking about pirates too. So,
Isaac, did you get anything?
English, summer, and actress.
actress is good because remember that Dr. Ladd and Ralph
my
Isaacs
gosh.
argued about the actress.
That's
This is why you guys keep me around.
yeah.
I used it.
I don't have to write that one down, but with yours, fair trade goes under this location. Alright, I bring us to this back area because the other tours like to cut through here. And again, they're stopping to tell you about the little tiny building and they move on. I'm going to tell you why we're here, which is part of that tiny little building over there. So it's the Gunpowder Magazine. It's a museum now, so if you ever need a $5 30-minute tour of different wars and whatnot, it's a great place to be. But those are not crosses on that building. Those are earthquake bolts. If you don't know what earthquake bolts are, they're basically turnbuckles. So if we have another earthquake, like what we did in 1886 that I mentioned earlier, which we haven't, you can turn the turnbuckles on either side, and it's supposed to tighten the building up so it doesn't incur any further damage. It's a great idea, it just doesn't work. You guys have seen them all over town in the form of Charleston Charm. Even the apartment building behind it actually has earthquake bolts on both sides of it, so they actually almost crisscross over top of each other. So the reason I bring those ones up, it's the first set of earthquake bolts that Charleston put in because that's the oldest government building in South Carolina. That's why we're here. That building was being constructed at the same time that Anne Bonny came here to start a new life. You guys have seen the TV shows where they use a teddy bear to attract a child ghost, and because it's something familiar. Same principle. We don't have many buildings this old. We do have a handful, but this is the oldest government building. So here's how this one goes. The building took 10 years to build, by the way. Does that sound like our government? Small building, 10 years? Hopefully, I actually pissed off a CIA agent one night, came on my tour, and he's like, I work for the government. I'm like, well, what branch? He's like, the CIA. I'm like, oh, shit.
How is he allowed to tell you that?
Yeah. He thought he would have told me that earlier. So, but anyway, so our story actually begins right in the middle of its construction. So kind of follow me. There's a few weird piratey twists that go along with this. A young lady moves here from Ireland. Her name is Anne Cormack. She comes here with her father and his mistress. The mistress is Anne's mother. Is everybody with me so far? Okay, good. Head nods is good. The three of them are running away from her father's angry wife. How pissed was she that they had to leave the country by boat to land here? Just pointing that out. So fellas, if you grudge ladies here, treat them well. Don't take you out of the country. Anyway, back to Anne and her father. They land in Georgetown. That's between us and Myrtle Beach. Dad bought a plantation. Mom dies pretty quickly. That means he's sending young Anne down here to be able to sell anything from the plantation to keep things afloat. Hence the familiar building. Now, Anne back home in Ireland was a badass even back then. They say when she was 7, 8, 9 years old, remember it's pirate lore, nothing is ever exact with pirates, that she killed a servant with a knife to the belly. So we have gotten the term servant, knife, and belly from 3 different devices all on the same evening before, so take that for what it's worth. Now, fast forward, the building's done in 13. By 1715, pirates are starting to come through Charlestown. Anne is stoked. Why? She's going to fall in love so she can earn her freedom, just like a man. It's a man's world. First guy she falls in love with. I said first because there's a handful, and we're going to go through them all. So, because it's a funny story. Anyway, first guy is James Bonny. You already see where this one's going, right? Dad didn't approve. He's a filthy pirate. They run away to Jamaica. They get married. Anne Cormac is now Anne Bonny. That's where the pirate name comes from. However, James Bonny is not Captain Jack Sparrow like what she was hoping for. This guy turns out to be a privateer, which means he's a spy for the British, a coward. This is not the guy. So, a few years later, she falls in love. This is John Rackham. They call him Calico Jack. This is the guy they based your Johnny Depp character off of, in case you're wondering who this guy actually is. He has his own crew, he has his own ship. You can't put a female on a pirate ship because of bad luck. I normally ask you guys that question, but we have youngins involved tonight. We don't need any disruptive answers, because I'm sure some of those things go out there. Cindy's like, yeah, I know where you're going, I see that look. But anyway, he makes a deal with her. If you dress like a guy and look like my crew, you can be part of the ship. But you're going to be a female in my quarters. She's okay with this. Why? Dad used to cross-dress her as a boy back home in Ireland to hide her from his wife. She gets it. She's a pirate now, but she's a female in his quarters. Most of us are adults. Let's put 2 and 2 together. She's eventually going to get pregnant. You can't have a pregnant pirate dude on the crew. Somebody's going to figure out that she's a girl. So then he drops her off in Cuba before she starts to show that she's pregnant. Have the baby here, come back later, we'll figure it out. She has a baby, returns with no child. I have no idea what happened to this child. I've read more books on pirates, like I said, still can't find an answer. But she comes back dressed as a female. This makes Jack pretty angry. Now everybody's going to know he let a girl on the crew, and he's not going to be captain anymore. But while she was gone giving birth, he captured another pirate crew. They're down below deck. Anne's going to go flirting to make him even more mad. We're on guy number 3, in case you lost track. Guy number 3 turns out to be a female, dressed like a guy, to be part of the crew the Calico Jack captured. So now we have 2 females, dressed like males, on the same pirate ship. Her name is Mary Reed. She went by Mark Reed to become a pirate. Her and Mary became friends, possibly lovers. We're not going to really know for sure, but the British found out where they are, and they send a fleet of ships. Anne and Mary, rumor is that they were the only 2 pirates not drunk enough to come up and fight with 1-bullet flintlocks. That's not going to work out very well. They don't know how to use cannons yet. Obviously, they get arrested. As they're being arrested, Anne looks at her captain in bow, Calico Jack, and she says, Jack, I'm so sorry to see you here, but if you would have fought like a man, you wouldn't be hanged like a dog. The word dog shows up a lot, just so you know, here, Box Team. So, the judge wants to see the 2 quote-unquote men that fought back so valiantly. He's already tried and hung Calico Jack and the drunk pirates that wouldn't fight. They're dead and gone. The 2 ladies go in front, reveal their gender, trying to save themselves. The judge doesn't give a shit that they're female. They're still pirates. He's still going to hang them. We plead our bellies was the last thing he shouted, because you can't hang a pregnant woman in 1720. It's illegal. So he sends them both back to jail, delays the hanging. Dad is still up here in South Carolina with all of his Irish money. He bails out Anne. She remarries. That's husband number 2, but guy number 4. We're going to count Mary because we don't really know. She has 4 kids, dies at the age of 84. Again, very abrupt ending. We don't know much about her after her pirate career. Mary Reed dies a few months later in April of 1721 from whatever pirates died from in a Jamaican jail. Use your imagination. Most books will tell you that it was something simple like fever. I say bullshit. It's probably scurvious. So kind of use your imagination and make it romantic. Why the hell not? We're talking pirates. Now, I only left out a few questions for all you Spirit Box team. I can tell you guys are eager to get to work, which is why I kind of rushed through that one. Isaac's falling asleep on me, so we got to get him moving. So, a couple of things. You guys know what to do with questions, but I'm not going to assign anything. Ask whatever you want to. This is not a prominent English woman. Here are things I left out. The names of Anne Bonny's parents. That's the father and the mistress. I also left out the name of Calico Jack's ship on purpose. I left out the name of the city where Anne grew up in Ireland on purpose, and the color of her hair, which you guys should already guess that it's red. So, again, if you want a nice, simple answer, go after that one. Everything else is fair game. We've only got 2 cars in here. I will tell you what the biggest word I've ever caught with Katy's camera has been over by that wall. We do not get high EMF in this location. If we do, I get excited. When I say high, anything over 3 is high in this location. The closer you get to those corners up there, just for your EMF, there's electrical poles up there. Don't get stoked. I'm more excited about what comes out of this back half. So, again, we're going to have some fun in this location. Lots of room to spread out. Just be mindful of the other tours that are going to be passing through. I'll be bouncing around with everybody. Let's do this. We gotta get Sully back to work too. What do we got?
Here, buddy, take that. So, Sarah.
Anyway, my ankles are breaking down into pieces.
I get it, bro. I'm tired too. I don't think we're gonna be out much later. It's all good.
My ankles are breaking down into pieces right now. We walked too much. That my ankles are breaking down.
I can only imagine.
Are your ankles breaking down?
My ankles,
Pieces?
my ankles are like pieces of broken glass
That's what
right now.
mine are like pieces of broken concrete, bro. Because we walked too much that it's breaking my.
Stupid idea. Maybe that actually work.
Whoa.
Tighten the building. Zach is gonna tighten the building.
But guys, this is literally this is a haunted building, bro.
Good luck.
What about Iron Man just went in here and just like I see a very funny video where Iron Man just went in here and we're like
Shut up. That's all we got. You done?
I'm done. It doesn't taste good. Does it taste good? Bro, I cannot walk anymore. Bro, I have to take a break, bro.
You serious?
My ankles are breaking down into pieces of concrete, bro. I can't do this anymore. I need to take a big break. I'm taking a break because I can't do this anymore. My legs are breaking down into pieces. My feet are hurting too bad. I am finding a place where I can just sit down and have a leg rest because my legs are broken. Taking a rest right now.
Sit down there. Here, sit down. Hold it on.
I'm
Sit down and we'll hold up. I'll sit with you. I'll point you around.
well.
Say, hi, this is Sarah.
Hi, this is Sarah, and this is Sully. And who are you? That kind of sounds like anchovies. I'm gonna tell them that all we got from yours is a meep, because that's all we heard. I'm gonna go tell the man.
Show the camera. No, sorry. Show the camera around. Yeah, walk around with the camera.
You can't deny what that is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's neat.
What do you got, man?
All we got from Sarah was a meep.
Meep?
Meep like from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Like the
thinking more
anchovies,
like
like
the
where they go like meep, where they go rushing and Mr. Crab office, and that's all we got. All we got from Sarah was a meep from SpongeBob. I'm gonna tell Cranky that all we got from Sarah. All we got from Sarah was one meep. Like, you know what we got from Sarah? Meep. Like an anchovy from SpongeBob. Like, all he asked that what is his name, and all he said was my name. He said Meep. That's really his name, Meep. That's so weird. Why is a ghost named Meep for? What the heck? I'm also taking a rest. I'm taking a leg rest.
Like something like a cat like up against my leg or something. So it's just like I sit in my like right leg. Anyway, go ahead.
But you know the ghost's name when we catch? You know his name?
And apparently, Dr.
We asked what the ghost's name is, and all he said was his name was Meep. 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 He said Meep. Like in a weird voice. All we catched was a Meep from Sarah. I didn't even catch anything, yes. All I catch was free things. Really. I'm not catching anything. I catch some ghost earlier today. I'm taking a leg rest. But do I have to show my this around?
Yeah, just kind of, you can sit and just kind of do this. Oh, yeah, do your thing.
All I can see is you, though, guys. I can't really see any ghosts. We looked everywhere. All I found was you. Okay, that is creepy. Why did the light go off? Where? Alright. For the ghosts. I'm taking a leg rest. There's ghosts around it. Surrounded me. Looks like ghosts surrounded me already. I'm taking a leg rest.
I got, Irie.
You okay, Sully?
Yeah, I'm taking a leg rest.
Okay, honey.
My legs are breaking down and my ankles are breaking down too. Into pieces of concrete. Found ghosts. Wait, what the? Alright, I'm telling everybody that we're not gonna handle one ghost. Because I'm gonna tell them that I just spotted one ghost. It's bigger. What's tall as that? Gran, there's no way we're allowed to track this ghost. I just found a ghost that was tall as that.
Really? How'd you see it? On there?
Yep. I definitely seen a ghost and he's already gone.
Oh, okay.
That is creepy. It just turned off for like a little bit. Guys, the place where we are, here it's haunted, Gran. In this place it's haunted, I'm pretty sure. Gran, you think this is a haunted place? Why do you think this is a haunted place?
Because of the stories he told us.
Oh yeah, this is haunted. What did you get, Sarah?
How were you doing?
Sarah, did you get meat again? Sarah, did you get meat? Sarah, did you get meat again?
Can I do that? Okay, let's see. Hi, this is Sarah.
Hi, this is Sarah. And what's your name?
And this is Cindy. We're open to receiving communication.
And we're also trying to catch you.
No, we're not trying to catch you. We want to hear your stories.
See? All he says is meat. Gotta order meat!
Let's scare. Silly, focus on this.
Well, I already found one as big as that big thing already.
What was the name of the boat?
Yeah. All I heard was the other beat again. And a horn. Like he said horn.
We're supposed to go back over there.
It's creepy. But it's terrifying. Wait, let me tell the ghost something. Do you want us to wait? Can I talk to him? Are you the George Washington spirit?
Here's the one thing I'm super excited about. We have something to come out of the Ouija board games. Jerry broke my shit.
Did you really break it?
No. Back on in a second. Yep. All right. So we actually had two words being spelled out for us directly and spelled correctly. July and far both showed up on the word list or on the Ouija board consecutively, right next to each other. July is the month of Dr. Ladd's birthday. The weird thing is we normally get it in the form of double sevens for a verifier. So the number 7 shows up here a lot. I think I told some of you there's like 15 stories around this corner. So I'm always like telling what's going on. Somebody heard the name Molly. We have the number 87. I don't know what these things mean yet. I'm gonna have to dive in and see if something matches up. But the word July showing up here, I don't think I've ever seen that being spelled out specifically. But that's kind of the verifier of Dr. Ladd. If a family member or friend will help you put your headset on. So
We rolling? We rolling? We rolling?
put the headset pretty tight. So she'll adjust it. Just put it over top of her head.
Yes, I
when
better
she's
put the
ready. Okay.
Oh, sure, wait.
Both earbuds in, yes. Both.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. She'll pull it down.
Don't fall asleep.
Take the spirit box from your hand. You're going to control the volume. Which is right here. See if she sees that. She can't hear you, so she's going to have to
I gotta get some food.
really crank it up on it. Did you figure out the volume over there?
I did not.
It's the wheel at the top.
Okay.
All the way up? Okay, set it next to it.
That's good, that's good.
Set it next to it.
Very on brand for her.
That's not too loud.
Stay right there. It is 11:04, so once he's got a good volume, set the device next to him.
I guess I gotta be able to hear him.
No, I don't want him to hear me.
Tell him that he doesn't need to hear anything.
He doesn't want
I don't want you to hear anything.
A little bit.
Okay, crank it up. We don't want him to hear
You
anything.
might need to take that out.
I can't hear too well. I can hear the volume. I can hear the radio, but I can't hear like any of you guys.
Okay, that's perfect then. All right, so back to timing. It is 11:05. I usually give them a few seconds to get acclimated before we start asking questions. Those of you with cameras, please keep them rolling. We are looking to speak with Henry Timrod. If you are here, I want you to tell us what your occupation is, please. Henry, I brought a lot of folks here with me tonight, and I know you don't like big crowds. If you can tell us anything that you want us to know, starting with your occupation, I would be very grateful. They do know they're supposed to talk, right? Well, let's lift up her earmuff and tell her that she's supposed to talk to us. Let's do the same thing to...
What?
You know you're supposed to speak, right?
What?
You know you're supposed to speak if you hear anything.
I can't hear a thing.
You know
I'll
you're
just
supposed to
say
speak
something.
if you hear anything.
Oh, I just heard a bunch of like static.
Okay.
But like if you hear. Okay, but it's also.
All I'm
Like,
doing is
is
just
it too loud? It's too loud. You're like blasting my ears.
What?
I know, it's like
can look at
blasting
it,
my
but just
eardrums, Katie.
Sure that.
Going
Turn it up
deaf,
just a
man.
little.
Turn it up a little bit.
Okay, am I supposed to? Okay, I just have to say something.
Just tell us what you hear.
Okay.
You got it?
A lot of it's just really staticky, to be honest.
Well, if you can make anything.
Okay.
We're going downtown.
Going downtown. All right, back on track
Going
again.
downtown is what I just heard.
I said we're going downtown.
Going downtown. So we are downtown. Henry, are you from here? Can you tell us if you're from Charleston? That's a yes/no question. you from here?
No. Sort of no.
He is from here. He's a native, just so you guys know. So that answer is incorrect. Henry?
Serenity?
Henry Timrod, please tell us what your occupation is.
Moving fast.
We're going too fast? Let's start off with another slow question. Can you tell us what sound we normally hear out of St.
People
Michael's
that
Church?
something.
What sound do we normally get out of the church? We'll watch the Ouija board device. We'll often get the spelling of that word here.
Going home. We're going home.
Home downtown. Where was home?
Lovers.
Do we actually have Henry Timrod here, or are we talking to someone else? Give us a clue as to who you are if you're not Henry Timrod. Henry Timrod, how many people are here with you tonight? The number is usually 5. That's usually a common answer we'll get out of that.
Suspicions.
What are your suspicions? We need specific details, Henry. You're not giving us anything. Oh. We have the word sick and the word blood, everybody. That showed up on the word list.
Never gonna give.
Which illness did you have? Can you tell us what illness you had? You're obviously looking
You
for the
see
left
here,
TB.
there's no.
Henry, what illness did you have? How did you die?
Lonely.
Henry, let's talk about something a little happier than just death. Let's talk about your wife. Can you tell us what your wife's name was? Or maybe how old she was when you met her?
Overalls.
Tell us how old your wife was when you met her.
Target effect.
Henry, you gave us a lot of clues about your wife
Nation.
a few weeks ago, and I was able to do some research with that. Let's keep going. How did you meet your wife? He was her school teacher, by the way. She was only 16. Yeah, I kind of caught on to that too. Henry, we need some
Peers.
we need some specific answers. Who was your peer? Who was your friend that invited you out to his cottage? If you want to go that way. We're asking a lot of questions here, Henry. Answers to any of them would be fantastic.
North Korea.
Laser focused, everybody. You guys notice that? He is in it. Henry,
We don't have time.
we are running out of time. 'Cause we
Going crazy.
we don't do this for very long. They've been under for 5 minutes, everybody. Just so you know. Henry, specific details, please. Any of the questions that I've already asked.
1990.
You know all the questions I'm going to ask.
So much talent.
Are you speaking about me? Henry, what's relevant about the word picture? Are you talking about your portrait? Because there's one thing about you that stands out in that portrait. Can you tell me what it is?
The southern border.
Henry. Men don't wear facial hair the way you did. Can you tell us the type of facial hair you have?
beautiful. How did she care for the kids?
When did that come up? He had a mustache. Very distinct.
Wow. I don't feel good. I don't feel good.
Are you okay? Somebody want to walk her
Yeah.
to a bench right over here, please?
Mom, over here.
Any EMF readings that we know of?
No, I haven't got any.
Gators.
What did it say? Mustache. You okay?
Yeah, I just don't feel good. I feel really sick.
It might
It's
be
okay, baby. It's okay.
Graham, we might put more pressure on you or something.
It's okay, baby. It's okay.
And that's what happened when
That
I
was really bad.
was 4 years old.
Henry, we're going to shut it down. Final chance to give us any kind of answers.
No.
All right.
843-284.
All right, let's tap them out. So family members, friends, let's tap them on the leg to get them out. There you go.
Get out.
Yep.
Of this area.
So, and kind of a little short.
Results you needed.
No. Well, a little bit of a lack, but we had other things going on with the other devices, and Cindy's like not feeling well, so I wanted to cut it short.
Oh, yeah.
But my question to you, first off, how long do you think you were under?
A long
minutes.
time.
Really?
Minutes maybe. Tops.
Like,
Most people say it's like 2 to 3 minutes.
oh no.
It was about
Like
9.
forever.
It was almost 9.
Yeah, I would have.
Okay.
I would have guessed that.
So I don't want you two to get up for at least a few minutes. Obviously, somebody's attending to Cindy, so obviously she's hopefully going to be doing her hair in a minute. The reason I don't want you to get up right away is because it can be disorienting. I don't need baby giraffes falling on the ground. You get my point. We had more things going on with the devices around us than we did from the answers from you. You were like super laser focused. Like we can see all that.
I was really trying to make out what the words were saying. I was getting like it was just static, and then every once in a while I'd get the
It
tail
was
of it.
really staticky, like more staticky
Okay.
than it was before.
Interesting. Because
Nothing.
normally we'll get like, you guys won't stop talking.
Right.
And
I was
I've
getting barely anything.
No, I was having to think about it really hard.
I'm asked something earlier. I introduced myself and said that I was from New York, and then it like instantly dropped to like 0 if we're dealing with like diehard Confederates.
Yankees. Can't talk to them.
We're all Yankees.
Yeah, I never bring up that fact with Henry. So we were dealing with a laureate of the Confederacy. So pretty big deal. But you guys will obviously hear the footage and see the footage from all of the cameras from all of this. So Charlotte, I do want you to try to take a quick lap between like all of the grassy knolls in here. That's where we normally get high spikes. It doesn't normally show up on brick. And we have seen it go up to 167 has been the highest here. So just kind of take a quick lap. Dan, did you want to go with her, see if you can get anything with it? And then we'll get all of the rest of this wrapped up and follow up with Cindy.
I do have a question. Am I able to run across the street just for like 2 minutes?
Oh, we're the same place?
anymore.
From southern border.
You okay, Sam?
I don't think we got to that, but I think you're absolutely right. And she got, it's not her cough, she was standing, and she's like, I can't, something's wrong with me, and she had to roll away.
Really, Sin?
And no, it's there was a lot of stuff that